Hello, this is David Dean, and yes, we have the Werewolf in the store. Just to let you know, this will not be a gameplay video. I'm just going to go through and review what has been updated in the weekly store, and also go through the new hero. The hero is Dire, type Ninja Werewolf. Awesome. It is a great look. Obviously, as you level them up, it changes from human over to the werewolf. For bonuses on this, because I probably will end up buying this, but I won't buy it for the hero. I will buy it for the bonus, unfortunately. It has anatomy lessons, increased crit rating with swords, axes, and scythes by 8, which is awesome, mainly with like the Harvester Ninja who specializes in scythes, and also other ninjas that specialize with the swords. What I like is down here, Hardy Strikes. Every fourth hit with a melee weapon restores 24 base health. So what I am looking at is using this with my Constructor Sid with that hammer specialization he has, being able to put that on there. Going through the hero, it does look like a very fun hero to play, but it is not something that ever is going to be a maximum hero to have for combat or anything else, except for movement. If you love getting around faster and jumping around more, this guy's awesome. So just off the bat, he gets Dragon Slash. No matter what, Dragon Slash is always a good thing to have, just to clear out a ton of those low-level husks really fast. He gets Mana Sleep, which all ninjas do, but then he gets 3 Mana Style, reduces the energy cost of Mana Sleep by 50%, which is good, but ever since they removed Sprint needing energy to sprint across the map, energy really hasn't been an issue. Maybe if you're getting pummeled by Nature Elemental Husk, it might become an issue, but normally it's not. Praying Mantis, the ninja, now can leap higher, increases the effectiveness. So now that is awesome. Now you can really jump with this guy. He does get Kunya Storm, which I've made some comments about before on a hero that specialized in this. And fortunately, that hero had a perk to increase the damage on this. So now that perk actually has meaning. But this is where you do Ninja flips backwards and throws 15 pointed knives downward in a half tile radius, dealing almost 30,000 edged weapon damage. Damage area scales based on distance with a maximum range of 4 tiles. This takes a little bit of skill to practice and use to get this to really do the max damage. The thing is, when you're doing the double flip, you're still vulnerable to range attacks. And yeah, so that can cause some definite issue. Also, you don't get any additional perks on that. You do get Shadow Stance, once again, a nice ability. After defeating an enemy with a melee weapon or edge damage, the ninja enters Shadow Stance for 4 seconds. And your damage resistance is increased by 15%, which is great. Mana Sleep costs now additional 60% less energy, which is on top of the other 50% less energy. And then Ninja becomes more difficult to see. So a great power to use when you need to basically get out of a bad situation. Night Stalker, during evening and night, gain 25% bonus movement speed. That's cool. I am huge on additional speed. The thing is, if you got this huge speed boost at night, when it goes day, you're going to feel like you're moving in slow motion. So, and you've also lost a perk that could have gone in here that did additional damage, which, as you've noticed, there is no perks for doing additional damage so far. Shroud of the Dragon. Dragon Slash now activates Shadow Stance, so now you get that extra 15% damage resistance, hard to see, and reduction of the Mana Sleep and energy every time you do Dragon Slash. That's actually a great combination. You get Crescent Kick, quick kick that does 12,000 damage, over 5,000 impact, and stuns for 3 seconds. It's nice, but man, I hardly ever see anybody using Crescent Kick in the game. And give me your thoughts on Crescent Kick. Is this something you've ever found useful in higher level gameplay? Tail of the Dragon. Dragon Slash leaves a persistent trail of energy. So now we finally have something doing energy damage for 12% of the Dragon Slash damage every half seconds, and slowing enemies for 30% for 3 seconds. So this is going to hit 6 times. So 6 times 12 is 72%. So that's pretty decent damage. And this is actually a great ability on him, the Tail of the Dragon. Midnight Stalker increases movement speed of bonus Night Stalker by an additional 50%. Ability costs 50% less energy during night and evening. So Wild Ninja, that becomes more fearsome and energetic at night. Yeah, to me, the movement bonuses on this are kind of nice, but they're more just kind of gimmicky. But the additions on the Dragon Slash actually makes it a halfway decent damaging ninja. And then adding on there the Shadow Stance and having that activate when you do the Dragon Slash makes this definitely could be a better than average ninja. So it's definitely not as bad as I thought it would be. I'm going to pick it up and maybe have to give it some gameplay. We will see. It is listed as a Mythic. Just to let you know, Mythic means absolutely nothing when it comes to heroes. So, unfortunately, it was, I think at the beginning of the game, Mythic was supposed to be something absolutely amazing. And no, if you look at the stats, same as a Legendary. Over here in the weekly items, we have the hero, the Hot Fixer. This is a decent Constructor. I mainly use them in the support bonus with my other Constructor. When reduces the cost of building by 4%. When you get them to 3 stars, it's 10%. And then you add that on to your main Constructor hero, and it's, I believe, 30% total. So when you're doing those big builds and Storm Shield defenses and like Repair the Shelter, it costs much, much less resources. And it does add up. As an actual hero, he does have on him the recycling perk. So your base is going to be gaining materials from all the structures it's attached to. And then it really improves efficiency of the base recycling. So if you're low on materials but want to play a Constructor, you can throw this down on top of whatever's being built, and you can end up getting tons of resources out of your Constructor base. The big downside is that anybody can run by your Constructor base and grab the materials out of it. So be wary of that. Like I said, I always have at least one Constructor with this pre-planning perk to help out. And that would be the main reason I would get him. The ray gun, it looks cool. And if you got tons of energy ammo to waste, fine. I really don't like the weapon. It has hardly no impact whatsoever. So even if you got one totally leveled up and you're going off on a blaster, he's just going to keep blasting you. You're not going to interrupt his blast with the impact from it. So I wouldn't recommend that. Always recommend the Epic Survivors if you're not totally loaded up on them. And then heading on down, Support Specialist Hawk, yeah. Hardly ever see them played, and you definitely don't want them at this rarity. With the grenade launcher, it's okay, but now the game has so many just awesome RPGs and grenade launchers in the game. This basic standard one is kind of pales in comparison to all those. Over here, floor launchers, this I'm getting. First of all, I have tons of coins, and they hardly ever have anything decent worth buying with those coins. But I want to actually set up 2 different launchers where I want one launcher for putting around the base that has this setup: impact, reload speed, impact, reload speed, impact. And that's for defending the launcher, or defending the objective, if anything gets that close. But they're not going to do any damage to the husk. Because first of all, I'm going to have them under 45s. Second of all, they wouldn't be able to knock the husk far enough in the air to do damage to them. This launcher, I'm going to put all impact and knockback. It will have 5 perks on it. And that will send husk out in front of the trap tunnels, flying up into the air, way up into the air, and taking some massive damage on it. I need to get a video out soon of how effective these can be used as damage traps in the game. So just wanted to throw that out there to you. It is worth it. This is one of the few traps that's worth getting 2 times. All right. And getting back to the store, that is basically it. Over here, we still have the weekly. On my other account, I picked up the Dim Mech Igor. Wasn't all that impressed. I do enjoy this skin, but not enough to spend 2,800 gold on it. Super Shredder's one of my top 5 weapons in the game. I absolutely love it. I need to put out a video on it because if you go over to the Super Shredder, one of the 6 perks you can get on it, and let's see, not that one. Sorry, get back up in here. Here, headshot elimination causes an explosion, damaging enemies half tile raised for 30% weapon damage. If you have noticed in this game, a lot of times these perks are incorrect, or the numbers just don't work out the way Epic says. Usually, it's to our disadvantage. Recently, I've been actually going back and slow motion recording my gameplay, and I noticed the headshot explosions are just doing a huge amount of damage. So I want to do a video on exactly how much those are doing, and to see how much it's really worth it with that perk. Also in the store right now, once again, we got Hawk. You can get them here for legendary, or you can get them over here for not. But even here, I would not take them. Would not take the Deathwing. Just don't think it's all that great. Fire Trap is great, mainly against Nature Elemental Husk. Eats them up in a heartbeat, but it does very little damage against Water Husk. So I kind of prefer going with the retractable floor spikes. And then Calamity, yeah, she does a huge amount of damage with weapons, but with pistols, mainly if you got something that has 6 shots on it or close to it. But her abilities with the Gatling gun and the lefty righty, really don't enjoy those. Really would prefer grenades or the shockwave. And always pick up your legendary survivor. And there you go. This one, I actually gotta say, Hero Dyer, he started looking cooler the more I looked at him, mainly with that Dragon Slash. So the Dragon Slash ability is just an amazing one in the game, and I do think I will be posting a gameplay video with him later. We shall see. So there you go. Take care and have an amazing day.